Hello YouTube, welcome to the garage. Project for today is we got some center caps for a Mercury that we need to clean up, and kind of wanted to bring you along. And when I first tried to figure out how to clean these up, I took a coarse Scotch-Brite, and I don't know if you can see the shiny, we're a little shiny there. I ran the Scotch-Brite over, and it didn't do a whole lot. So I got to thinking, this is a job for the vapor blaster. Alright, so I wanted to take a close look at this and do a before and after. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'll do about half of it. But I want to look real close at this and just see how corroded it really is. This is made out of some sort of cast aluminum pot metal. You can see there's, all kinds of corrosion on it. It had some sort of clear coat on it, and that's peeled off and just all discolored, looking pretty bad. And as far as in the vapor blaster, I got glass bead in it now, and we're going to try using glass bead here and see what we can do to clean this up and bring it back and make it look presentable. You can use different kinds of media, whether it be glass bead, aluminum oxide, and the glass bead with the round beads, it not only knocks off the corrosion, but it kind of peens the surface and smooths it out. And where if you have something that that needed a little more aggressive media, you could add some aluminum oxide to use with the glass bead, or you could just use straight aluminum oxide. And also, if you have something that, like if you want to remove like powder coat or something like that, you'd use like a silicon carbide. That's a real aggressive media. It'll remove the powder coat, but it would also etch the surface. You'd have a real dull surface here, okay, especially a real soft metal like this. So it's nice to have the glass bead. Like I said, it peens the surface and makes it a little more shiny. And want to see if the glass bead alone is aggressive enough to get all this corrosion off and smooth it up. Okay, so I just kind of wanted to get a close look at it before and after. Yeah, like I said, I tried a Scotch-Brite, and that wouldn't do it at all. I like the vapor blasting process because it's got water with it that helps, not only like wash the surface, but it does what I call a cushioned impact. Okay, you have the abrasive, but you also have the water where if you're just dry blasting, there's a lot of heat input with dry blasting, and also you can very easily damage the surface and erode away the base metal. The vapor blasting process, what it does is removes any rust or corrosion, oxidation, but it doesn't damage the base metal because of the cushioned impact effect that it has. And also with excuse me, and also with the glass bead, I said it peens the surface and kind of smooths it out. The process is used a lot in restorations where you don't want to damage the base metal, but you want to clean it up and polish it up. So we're going to see what just using straight glass bead will do, and I'm going to get us set up at the vapor blaster, and I'm just going to do half of this, and then we can compare and see how the glass bead and the vapor blaster does, as it go from there. So let me get us set up at the vapor blaster, and I'll be right back. Okay, here we're all set up in the vapor blaster. Got the pressure set at 60 psi. We're using straight glass bead. We'll run it through the HTMR blast gun, and we'll see what this process can do on this part here. Okay, let's go back out on the table and take a closer look. Okay, here's a little before and after. This is what we started with, and this is what we ended up with after a few minutes of blasting. I had it set at 60 psi and just using straight glass bead. And the thing about vapor blasting is any like rust or corrosion or something like that, it'll remove it, but it won't damage the base metal. Any pitting you see was already there, it's just the process uncovered it. And that's why I like the vapor blasting process, because it doesn't damage the base metal. Whatever, depending what you're going for, if there's any more work you wanted to do to this, whether you wanted to try and sand some of those out. I just used it at 60 psi. I could have, cranked it up 90, 100 psi to see if maybe it would, because using the glass bead, it peens the surface smooth, and you could probably at higher pressures, kind of smooth that out and make it a little less conspicuous, but it doesn't remove the metal. It would just peen the metal. Like I said, I was only at 60 psi with glass bead. And also, you see there's some coating on here, and it didn't remove that. It took some of it off, but if you wanted to take that off, you'd want to add, maybe 20% aluminum oxide, something with a little more aggressive that has sharp edges that would remove this. I said I just wanted to see what the glass bead would do by itself, and nice and smooth and clean, no corrosion whatsoever. It removed all of that. Removed all of that corrosion. It only took a few minutes. Nice and shiny. Yeah, so that's vapor blasting on a mercury center cap. This is made out of aluminum, and just trying to use like steel wool or sandpaper or something, you would never get any kind of a finish like that. Yeah, so I got to finish cleaning this one up, and I got 3 more to do. So I just kind of wanted to share that with you. So if you know the deal, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.